Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi and very good day everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain how an array element can be updated. So I'm going to give you one example of Java code and we are going to trace what happens at the back and how the values are updated. So this is the code that we are going to use to update our array element. So as usual, we have one class and we declare scanner input equals to new scanner system.in because we are going to ask input from user. So these are the necessary variables that we need. First is our array length. So we declare array length as 4. So array length is actually the size of your array. So mobile branch array, the size is 4. And we have one variable flag initialized to 0. So this flag variable will be used as indicator whether we have found the element that we are searching for or not. So if we didn't find the element in the array, so the flag value will remain 0. Otherwise, the flag value will be updated to 1. So what we are going to do now is we declare and initialize one array so that we have the elements inside the array. So there are 4 elements here. iPhone, Samsung, Oppo, and Lenovo. So what we are going to do is that we are going to take one of the elements and we are going to update the value. For example, let's say we want to update Oppo to Vivo. So how can we do that in through code? So that is what we are going to do in this code. Okay. So firstly, as we declared just now, we have the array length and also the flag. And the next one is the array declaration and initialization. So in your memory, you already have the array with the 4 elements inside it. So how to search? The next one, we have to ask input from user. What is the mobile phone brand that the user would like to update? So here, as I said just now, we are going to update Oppo. So your user is going to type Oppo. So this Oppo value will be kept in variable search brand. So we have Oppo in variable search brand, the brand that we are going to search for. So the logic is we have to find out where is Oppo first, then only we can update the value inside this at this index. So to do that, we have to use for loop. So our for loop starts from 0 as usual. When you work with array with for loop, you're going to play around with the index value. So now we use the index value I equals to 0. So we start from 0, 0, and we go to the loop condition. I less than array length. So our array length is 4. So 0 less than 4, it is true. So when it is true, you go inside the loop. So if you see here, we have this part as your if statement. So if the if statement is true, then only you're going to execute all of these lines of code. Otherwise, you are going to skip and you go to the update statement. So now what we do in the if statement is that if mobile brand I dot equals search brand. So mobile brand I now I value is 0. So actually we are comparing what is the value inside index 0 in the array. So mobile brands in index 0, we compare with the search brand. Our search brand is Oppo. So we are comparing whether iPhone is equal to Oppo or not. So in this case, both are not similar. So this if statement will return to you false. Okay, so once it is false, you are going to ignore all of this. You are going to skip all of these codes and you come to the update statement. So now I value becomes 1. 1 less than 4 still true. When it is true, you're going to compare again. So now you compare mobile brand at index 1. So which is Samsung. Samsung, and you compare with search brand which is Oppo. So Samsung is not equal to Oppo, so the if statement will return to you false as well. So that is why you're going to skip all this again and you come to the update statement. So now I becomes 2, 2 less than 4, true. When it is true, you go inside the loop again and you are going to do the if statement. Now you compare mobile brand at index 2, which is Oppo, and you compare the value with search brand Oppo. So now you will get true because both are similar. So when this if statement is true, you are going to execute all of this. So let's see what we are going to do. Okay, so firstly, you are going to mention to the user that you want to update search brand. So meaning you are going to get an output here. You want to update Oppo. It is in index. What is the index of Oppo? It is in index 2. Because the current value of I is 2. So we are going to print out what's the current value of I. So it is 2. And then we are going to ask input from user. Enter the new brand that you want to replace with Oppo. So actually this they are in one line. Okay, enter the new brand that you want to replace with Oppo. So let's say user give you input Vivo. So we have another variable here, update brand. So update brand, let's say user key in Vivo. Okay, so here user key in Vivo. So after you have taken what's the input for the update brand, so now what we do is that mobile brand I equals to update brand. So mobile brand I value is 2, we assign with update brand. So update brand is Vivo. So Vivo is assigned to the array at index 2. So now our array index 2 will be updated to Vivo. Okay, so the update is already done there. Okay, after you have updated the value, now you just want to notify the user that the mobile brand has been updated. So your last output will be the mobile brand has been updated. Okay, the next line of code is to update the value of flag. So now since we have already found the search brand and we already updated the search brand, so now we want to indicate that the process is already done. So what we do is that we update the value of flag to 1. And the next one, if you see here, we have break. Why we have this break? Similar to the searching of array element in the previous video. So we want to break from the for loop because we already found what we are searching for. So we don't want to continue again with the for loop. So we use the break statement. So this for loop will not be continued, and just we will stop until index 2. Okay. So after that, we have another if statement similar to the searching of array element in the previous video. So now we want to see whether we have found the value or not. So we have an if statement here. If flag equals to 0, we want to say that the brand does not exist. But in our case, the flag value is already updated to 1. So meaning this one will not give you any output. So I'm going to run this program. Okay, so I will enter the mobile phone brand that I want to update. As I said just now, Oppo. So now we have the output. You want to update Oppo. It is in index 2. So it will go and search where is Oppo and print out what is the index of the search brand. Okay, so now I get another instruction from the system. Enter the new brand that you want to replace with Oppo. So now I want to replace with Vivo. Okay, so if I just see this example of running code running of the system, I can only get the notification that the mobile brand has been updated, but I'm not sure whether it is really updated or not in the memory. So what can I do is that I can add another for loop just to print out what is the current memory status. So I add another for loop just to print out the elements inside the array after the update. So here we have used it before, how to print out the elements of an array. So it is just the same code. Okay, I repeat again. So here I give input as Oppo. I want to replace with Vivo. So this is your current element of the array. So if you notice here, element in index 2 is already changed to Vivo. Okay, what happens if I try to search for a brand that does not exist? So let's say I want to search for Huawei. Okay, you get the output here as the brand does not exist. So the elements in the array are iPhone, Samsung, Oppo, and Lenovo. But Huawei does not exist, so you will get this comment, this output. The brand does not exist. Why this happens? Because your flag value doesn't change, has not been updated. It is still 0. Because when you search one by one inside your array, the if statement doesn't return to you true at any time. So it remains with 0. So at the end, it comes to the if statement and it is equal to 0. So you get the output as the brand does not exist. Okay, so that is how it works. Hopefully you have understood and you can use it for your own code. Thank you.